Welcome to Glitch Tips and Tricks. Today, I will show and explain what I did to my character for a full melee enchantment build, and the most effective way to strengthen your characters. This elaboration emphasizes not just showing and explaining but also focusing on the finer details of the character. It adds depth to the statement by highlighting the attention to specifics. Let me know if you'd like further refinement. Equipment. For headgear, I am using the Polar Bear Knit Hat for extra shield, reduction, and HP regeneration. For face, Laurel Sticker, which has almost the same effect as my headgear, for extra HP regeneration and reduction. As well for mouth, I am using Ruby Gem for extra shield, damage, crit rate, crit damage, and reduction from demi-human. For costume, I am using Duo Shade to focus on damage because of my combination sets. It adds size damage as well as shield, and demi-human damage reduction. For back gear, I am using Giant Bunny Doll for more damage and reduction, and both demi-human and brute enemies. Also for armors, I use Randgrith of Fortitude for survival. It will give you a boost for both PDMG/MDMG reduction and have a passive effect of Petrify, and be able to dive in whenever you want because of the crowd control effect that helps your teammates to freely hit. For a weapon, you should use Soul Capturer for you to effectively utilize your MVP skills and deal more damage. Also, as for the accessories, I'm using Silver Glory, which gives a huge boost of PDMG as well as skill damage. If you still don't have it, use Remorseless, which gives PDMG reduction as well as melee damage, and a huge boost of damage depending on your max HP when it comes to PvP. Enchantments. For my headgear, PvP technique with Ignore Def and STR. Face, PDef for more defensive stats. Mouth, PDef for more defensive stats. For armor, I am using Vitality Boost with PDef. For weapon, Melee Boon with ATK and ASPD%. I am still looking for better substats. It is better to look for STR or PATK% for you to boost your damage more. Cloak, Vitality Boost with Luck, and VIT for more HP%. As for my shoes, I am using Anti-PDMG for reduction, with Luck stats for more critical percentage. For both accessories, I am using Melee Boon, with crit rate for higher chance of doing crit damage, and PATK to boost my damage. Back, PvP technique with Ignore Def and STR. As well as costume, PvP technique with PDef and ATK. Nightingle Echo. It depends on you which one you want to prioritize when it comes to a DPS role. In my case, I focus on multiple divinities for me to activate resonance, but I usually use Garmfangi over Hull's Isle. Neither of them has a good effect, depending on the situation you're in. My main focus is to burst a single target, with the help of Garmfangel for an extra bleeding effect, and for US Shadow Chaser, which has high PDMG, it can benefit from it. As I'm saying, they are both good, it's just that you need to pick which one suits you. Nexus Engine. My build focuses on pumping Ignore Def and reduction, that can benefit my survival and DPS, including the passive buffs, every time you use skills or being hit. Moreover, being a Shadow Chaser gives you an advantage when it comes to the Nexus Engine because of your skills. An example of this was having 2 spammable movement and cleanser skills. that every use of these skills will gain buffs from your Nexus Engine and have a better output. Nebula Path. As for my build, I put all the skill stats that I know that my character needs and which class I counter. As of now, I remove Hercules and put Gunslinger Resistance for reduction. A reduction is still a reduction when it comes to other classes that are below your progress and helps you to tank even more. Sigils. For my Sigils tablet, I am using Endless Nightmare. It has the effect of a stun on your target, and helps you deal with the bleeding effect, and boost your PvP damage reduction. Soul Mark has the effect of a mini burst effect like Impale F2P friendly. Impale sounds hard, but you should get it no matter what to tier 2 for a damage boost, and it has a huge help when bursting someone. Floating Protection, Shield Effect, and a CC type sigil when the shield breaks help you freeze the enemy around you for a sec, and it gives a huge boost to both your PvP and PDMG/def reduction. Radiant Guardian, a small field area effect like Dome when used, which is for you and your team to gain more reduction. Lastly, Ruthless gives crit chance and PDMG/MDMG reduction. There's nothing special about it due to no benefits from its other effect. Mount. I prioritize my dexterity barding when it comes to mount equipment, to gain more ignore def and PDMG/MDMG boosts. Also balancing it and upgrading other stats to their average stats and never leaving behind any other stats from mount equipment when it comes to being a DPS role class. Skill build. The typical Shadow Chaser skill build. As for the setups, I am only using 3 types of skills: Chomp, Shadow Cleave, and Power Boost on my skill preset, or what we call Soul Capture. A lot of you might think about why Chomp over Spirit Ambush. My answer is Chomp can be converted because it's neutral, and Spirit Ambush was Force Shadow that can be easily countered by the Valkyrie card. Guild skills. I know, most of you already max out the guild skills, but not me. As I mentioned before that my build prioritizes having ignore def, so yeah. I already max out my ignore pdef and trying to focus on pdef stats. On the other hand, when it comes to master effects, I wanted to balance out most of my stats. As you can see, every bit of my resources was used just to have them upgraded. Valkyrie Statue. Valkyrie Statue. Max it out. For me, I focus on getting ignore def stats when it comes to the Valkyrie Statue. Eventually you will max out all your stats in no time. Just be patient and focus on what your character is lacking, either ignore def or pdef. Feathers. Feathers. I set mine like others did, 4 orange and 1 purple. And still not yet finished and lots of room to grow. As well as upgrading, and having order and truth max on my purple. As of now this is what I did to my feathers, to compensate for the lack of stats, from reductions, and damage. Some of us focus on upgrading just the ATK feathers, as for me, I build mine differently. I start upgrading my def feathers, then my ATK feathers. As soon as I reach a certain stat that I'm satisfied with, I moved to upgrade my ATK feathers to gain more ignore def. I suggest you optimize your features, based on your own progress. And little by little adjust it accordingly. Libra. Libra. Next in order that this Libra comes last. When it comes to your progress, due to lots of resources being burned. Just to gain one level. Just focus on having ignore def from ATK. And def from shield. Full details. My full details show that all my priorities and character development will be seen in all the details. As a melee build Shadow Lurker, set your goal. And start optimizing your character. I hope it helps you more than I am and optimizes your character to your liking. And have fun playing Shadow Lurker build. If you like my content and want to keep up with future updates, hit that subscribe button. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video.